Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. It's crazy how some people will be dating black woman. I mean, people that are not black will be dating a black woman and hide under the black woman's back to do, in fact, to be anti-black. Let me say it this way: that you are dating a black woman doesn't mean that you cannot be anti-black, because it shows very well that you are one and you are at the same time a racist, right? Why is it that it is only black people that people wake up to tell what to do, how to act, and how to react, what to do and what not to do? Now I'm coming to say that by now you are expecting people that look like me to might have been talking about the children that have cancer that are being deported and some other things going on. Who are you? Who are you to tell my people what to speak on? You don't have any right. Even as I don't know if you are white or Latino mix or whichever one, you do not have any right to come out and speak to my people. Even me on this platform as an African woman can never sit here and tell my people what to do and what not to do. I can only tell them as my family, like we are all in unison, but not when we are not in community, when we are not in unison. You come out, you want to speak to my people. That is very disrespectful, right? Don't try that next time. Take your BS to your community and tell them to do the right thing, not my people, because 92% and 80% did the right thing. Let's get into.
For the past 3 weeks, I have watched my For You page devolve into a bunch of people who otherwise should have been reporting on things like children with cancer getting deported, the mayor of Newark getting arrested, what happened in Massachusetts the other day. They've decided to instead focus their efforts on taking each other's skeletons out of the closet and smearing it all over the internet for hundreds of thousands of people to see. And all I gotta say is I am disappointed in the culture of the left. As someone who is an ex-MAGA, who almost voted for Donald Trump, who is a conservative influencer, I'm disappointed. I switched over here right before the election, and it's funny because so many of you guys have taken to the internet saying debate content doesn't work. The same people who are saying debate content doesn't work have always been left, live in places like San Francisco or in blue states or in the city, and have no idea what switching your mind actually is like in the first place, or switching your party, or switching your vote. The whole entire reason that I moved away from Trump and over to Kamala Harris was because a streamer named Destiny popped through my For You page. I was like, what in the world is this? He was like slinging down facts that I've never heard before. Mind you, the algorithm is extremely powerful. If your algorithm is primed to watch conservative content, it's all you're going to see. You're never going to see anything that the left is reporting on, simply because the algorithm that you're choosing to engage with will continue to keep you into an echo chamber. It's the same reason why the left was so baffled when Kamala Harris lost, including me, because I was very confident that she was going to win. Why? Because my algorithm gave me confidence, because the algorithm feeds you what you want to hear. So, those of us on the right are constantly being fed right-wing algorithms. All of a sudden, Debate Bro broke through, and I was like, holy shit. Eventually, Dean also broke through, and I found his lives, and I would watch them every single night, and I would watch him slap down with facts, and I said, wow. And it changed my mind. I would research the facts that were being spit out, and I would find out that they were right, and that my party was wrong, and I said, oh shit. So for those of you chronically online, blue state privileged ass-having leftists who don't think that debate content works, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. I'd also implore you to go onto YouTube and type in leaving MAGA, or how I left MAGA, or how I got out of the red pill pipeline, and you're going to notice a very common theme of those of us who have left the conservative party did so because of debate style content, because of creators like Dean or Destiny or any of the debate bros who are able to deliver a message that counters any and everything that we know as being a conservative. So that's my first point I want to make. For those of you who think debate content doesn't work, it works. And it works like a goddamn charm. Second point, I saw over this entire situation One thing that I learned is so many of you online left-wing creators are completely detached from reality. And I don't know if it's because you guys, the only thing you do is make money on TikTok, and that's no hate. But I don't know if some of you guys have like worked real jobs, who have done like some blue collar ass shit, or know anything about like average middle America, or anything outside of the technological world. I don't think a lot of you guys realize that, yes, most people who live in the city probably generally are voting blue, but those of us who are conservative, ex-conservative in my case, we're country folk. We're blue collar ass fucking folk. We are uneducated. We didn't go to college. Lots of us don't even have diplomas. You cannot hold us to these purity tests in perfection and think that we're going to continue voting on your side. Luckily, I have morals and I've seen the truth and I've been able to be presented with the facts, so yes, I'll continue voting on this side. But after seeing the way that you guys acted online for the past 3 weeks, no shit, the right doesn't want to vote over here. Back when I was a conservative influencer, so many of my old colleagues, I was the only one who was a lifelong conservative. Every single one of those influencers on the fucking right now, so many of them used to be Democrats. And they were Democratic influencers. And the reason why they stepped away from the Democratic Party was because they kept getting purity tested over stupid shit. For example, I'm sorry, sometimes I stub my toe against the wall and I'm like, God, that was G-A-Y. I'm not saying that word because of this app, but I do say it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I'm not ho-ho-phobic. This is like arguing over some of the tiniest, stupidest shit that middle of America who was raised on South Park, who fucking, I don't know, like they're not perfect people, they're not politically correct, they're not ready to be held to purity testing standards. So many of you guys come at it this way. You say, you know what, you need to be absolutely perfect to vote over here. Then if you're not perfect, we don't want you to vote over here. You don't even get to have a platform. You don't get to talk out against the Trump administration. You don't get to do anything. You need to shut up and sit down. That is your guys' mindset. And it's like they don't want to be told that. Like, they're imperfect people and they won't vote over here or come over here if that is what you're telling them. If you ostracize them, if you tell them, sorry, you haven't read 12 books about intersexuality, so you can't be over here. That's absolutely crazy, and many of them will look at you and be like, okay, I know the Republican policy. Many of them actually think this way, by the way. They know that the Republican policy isn't even that good. But they would rather take the $725 fucking an hour minimum wage than to get, I don't know, DOXXED all over the internet by a bunch of Puritan leftists who got mad because of a tweet that they made when they were fucking 18 years old. And that's what you guys have become, and that's what you guys have devolved into, and I just saw it exacerbate over the past couple weeks, and I'm disappointed, and I won't be participating in that. You could go and find my ex-conservative videos, and I said things that you guys would try to cancel me for. And what good does that do? You know what I mean? I'm watching all of these left-wing influencers get canceled for some of these things, and I'm like, oh God, I was in a group called GAG. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys not want me over here? Do you guys want me to go back over there? Like, do you guys not want me to participate on this side? Like, what do you want? And it's like that mindset is so horrible. I welcome you. If you are a moderate against MAGA, I welcome you. If you are a Republican against MAGA, I welcome you. If you are anyone who can stand up and have the gonads to be like, yo, this administration is absolutely abhorrent and it's tearing people's lives apart, I welcome you. And I don't care if you're politically correct. I don't care if you're perfect. I'm never going to purity test you because I myself will never pass a purity test. And every single person who engaged in this behavior of cancellation won't pass a purity test. Even you guys in the comment sections could change the rhetoric by putting a comment stating, you know what, purity testing each other in a time where people are in Kim, insert meme here, is not worth it. We have to build up blue wing media if we ever want to take out this administration. And you guys in the comments need to do a much better job at stopping it. You guys exacerbate it by encouraging these influencers to keep going when all of you guys in the comment sections, if your skeletons got taken out of the closet for everyone to see, I don't even know where you guys get the gonads to sit there and yeah, inserts influencer here. You're really horrible and we don't think you deserve a platform. All right, you the commenter, start speaking up. Why don't you start speaking up? And then start speaking up, and then you enjoy getting just smeared all over the internet. Stop it. You guys got to stop it. You commenters need to stop encouraging these left-wing influencers to drag each other on the internet, and you left-wing influencers need to stop dragging each other on the internet. Because when the primaries come and this culture has not changed, they will win again. And when the election comes and they see that we haven't changed and we just think that they're a bunch of uneducated blokes, we won't win. This is middle America that we're talking about, who break their back for 80+ hours a goddamn week. And you expect them to come home and deprive themselves of vitamin D and lock themselves in their room and read a book on intersectionality? That's not reality, dude. They're spending time with their families, and they're not bad people. They're just tired of this cancel culture, and they're tired of the overly political correct policing. And it's time to knock it off. People are done with it across the board. Moderates are done with it. Left of center is done with it. Even liberals are getting over it. It's stupid, and you guys need to stop playing into it. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. And if you're a far leftist who think it's okay to cancel people on the internet, you might as well unfollow me now. Because I know this video is going to get me canceled. But I don't care. Because I'm ready to just cancel myself. And not in a weird way, but like in a... You can't cancel me if I cancel myself, right? Anyways, goodbye. I've watched my For You page devolve into a bunch of people who otherwise should have been reporting on things like children with cancer getting deported, the mayor of Newark getting arrested, what happened in Massachusetts.
Girl, hell no. You don't get to tell us when we can talk about racism or not. And you don't get to call things cancel culture when it's actually accountability. You see, the undeniable thing about racism, or people who will give cover to racism, is they typically can't do more than one thing at a time, like hold people accountable for racism while still talking about the mayor of Newark getting arrested, children with cancer being deported, etc. Those of us that have lived in this skin our whole lives are quite capable of calling out racism and continuing to do the work as we have done for hundreds of years. The very audacious audacity of people like this to come and lecture black folks on when it is acceptable and when it's not acceptable to call a racist is absolutely and fundamentally mind-boggling. If you don't go to hell where you came from to try to tell somebody it's okay, this is cancelable, no, it's not. And the people that you're running behind, you have somehow turned into saviors when they are not. They engaged, gave cover to, and continue to support the tools of racism and supremacy that we have seen over and over and over again. You can call it what you want, but it's accountability. And quite frankly, the very fact that you gave cover to it is enough for me to block you. So if you're under the sound of my voice and you care about racism and you care about holding people accountable for it, just block that creator and keep it moving.
This is going to come with a trigger warning, unfortunately, because the video I'm about to play you is me on a live explaining to a panel why we don't have to platform everybody in the pursuit of reaching across the aisle.
I've never tried to get in a live as hard as this, because I think this is important. You earlier, when you were going to bring me up an hour and a half ago, you asked me if I was going to do it out of love and like have a nice cordial conversation. And the answer is yes. But not for this. It's for the love of like other communities who are deeply affected by shit like this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this. I'm gonna play it because I think it's important. You might think that you're like playing with kid gloves, but coddling this shit is really bad.
Talking about 100 men versus one gorilla, who would win? Bitch, I'm a gorilla. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Not only would I unalive all 100 men that come my way, I will attend their funerals and take their woman from them afterwards. You ain't never heard that once you go silverback, you never go back? Well, hell, I might want to think about this. I might do even worse. I'll keep you alive, but I'll rip your bananas off, okay? Like Lorena Bobbitt. And then I will take your woman. What do you call a picture of me with my arm around your girl, smiling like this? That's called gorilla cheese. One of y'all gonna have a wife named Manila. I'm gonna take her. We gonna call that Gorilla in Manila. Y'all act like my cousin Shaq didn't dominate the NBA for decades. Y'all act like my homie.
my cousin Shaq.
No.
So I just want you to be clear. This is all I came to say. If you want to platform people like this, right? You just got to get it clear. It's fine having these conversations. Certain people don't deserve the fucking kindness that you are showing.
And
this
that's
person.
you.
That's
It's
all
you.
I'm saying.
It's
I think that everybody who hadn't seen that video might have a different fucking opinion. Okay,
If
Ray?
I was worried about
And
that,
I swear to God, Ray, and the next time I fucking see you, I will feed you your
Dinner. I said, I'm going to feed you your dinner there. Okay.
right, brother? That's all I came here to say. That's all I came here to say, okay? If you want to continue to platform this fucking bigot, that's on you. That you get all the smoke after this. That's fine. That's you guys. You get the decision. You get to have this conversation. That's fine. You just know that now you can't just play dumb and say, oh, but we're just trying to reach the other side. This is who you're trying to reach right now, okay? That's fine. That's fine. Ray, I hope you chill.
Have the day you deserve. I said, I hope you have the day you deserve there, too. Okay?
Okay, cool. Can I explain that now? Can I have the floor? And I will do it calmly, okay? Because I think he's talking about the main joke where I said cousin Shaq. That is literally a Pete Davidson joke in a roast. Like, go back and see it. Comedy is a very subjective thing.
If I'm gonna keep it a buck though, that was pretty racist though.
Yeah, I do.
But I will just straight up, like, whatever explanation you will give, I don't think is acceptable. Because, to even, like, parallel a gorilla to another black man, like Shaq, like, even if you're referencing something else, it's not acceptable. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I'm not going to apologize for that, zombie. It's a joke from Pete Davidson from a roast.
But it's like, so...
Most of the jokes were from that. So I don't...
But it don't really matter where it's from, though. Like, you're literally making a racial joke.
Yeah, so in conclusion, I do think that there is value in trying to reach people who feel differently than you and I. I don't think, however, that platforming disgusting bigots in an effort to reach those people is something that we need to be doing. Just a little postscript here. Ray, who you saw so confident, so unapologetic about that awesome joke he stole from Pete Davidson, would never apologize because comedy is subjective, took that fucking video down with the quickness today, didn't he? That's interesting. He also doesn't want to hear from me anymore. I trust you'll give him the message. Odd that this guy wants to fight people and then does that shit.
The past 3 weeks, I have watched my For You page devolve into a bunch of people who otherwise...
Racism is racism. As an immigrant who reports on the unalivings of children in detention centers, as an immigrant who reports all news is on immigrants, I don't have your following. But gentle racism is still racism. Think of it this way, Mercedes. Not talking about why there's an immigration problem, because you're the wrong color, is completely ignoring the racial factor from it. Because these atrocities are happening to black and brown immigrants, not white ones. So it's kind of like a racial topic. Just saying. In the words of my conversation last night in that live, being slapped in the face aggressively, being slapped in the face gently, I still got slapped in the face. Gentle racism is racism, Mercedes. Get your shit together. Yeah.
For the past, I've watched my For You page devolve into a bunch of people who otherwise should have been reporting on things like children with cancer getting deported, the mayor of Newark getting arrested, what happened in Massachusetts.
Girl, hell no. You don't get to tell us when we can talk about racism or not. And you don't get to call things cancel culture when it's actually accountability.
I've said it before, but being right all the time is actually a lot more frustrating than it is fulfilling. Because I had started talking about how much of a grifter that Mercedes Chandler is last month. I've made a number of videos about what a disingenuous person she is. And because I am such a small creator, and because it's very hard on this app to go viral, none of my videos, just one of my videos, I think got like 14,000 views. But the like ratio is always very low on those videos. Because when someone who looks like me talks about our experience with people like Mercedes Chandler and other disingenuous people on the left who call themselves leftists and allies and all the other fucking buzzwords that y'all like to use when you think that because you aren't actively burning crosses on black people's lawn, that means that you somehow deserve a cookie. Y'all don't want to listen. So instead of being sort of gratified when this person keeps going viral for their shitty takes and their bullshit alliance, it's actually kind of frustrating, because I will even see like people who are my mutuals in the comments being like, wow, I didn't know. Meanwhile, again, I made 5 videos about it like 30 days ago, and other ones recently. Mercedes Chandler is the kind of liberal racist who thinks that because they fetishize black bodies and did not vote for the bigot this time, that means that they should be a thought leader about these topics. And Mercedes Chandler specifically is so dangerous and so wrong, because she is insanely committed to doing whatever it takes to stay in the public eye, and she does not care what damage her message specifically is doing to the people that she claims to want to help. Trigger warning on this next video, but it was from a live that somebody I follow named Good Trouble was on, that he was invited to with Mercedes.
I think this is important. You earlier, when you were going to bring me up an hour and a half ago, you asked me if I was going to do it out of love and like have a nice, cordial conversation. And the answer is yes, but not for this. It's for the love of like other communities who are deeply affected by shit like this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this. I'm gonna play it because I think it's important. You might think that you're like playing with kid gloves, but coddling this shit is really bad.
Talking about 100 men versus one gorilla, who would win? Bitch, I'm a gorilla. I'm gonna put it to you like this: not only would I unalive all 100 men that come my way, I will attend their funerals and take the woman from them afterwards. You ain't never heard that once you go silverback, you never go back? Oh hell, I might want to think about this. I might do even worse. I'll keep you alive, but I'll rip your bananas off, okay, like Lorena Bobby. And then I will take your woman. What do you call a picture of me with my arm around your girl, smiling like this? That's called gorilla cheese. One of y'all gonna have a wife named Manila. I'm gonna take her. We gonna call that Gorilla and Manila. Y'all act like my cousin Shaq didn't dominate the NBA for decades.
You see, the problem with people like Mercedes is that they think that everyone deserves an equal chance to speak. Mercedes is under the mistaken impression that because they, 9 months ago, decided not to vote for Trump, that means that they somehow had an epiphany and are completely ready to turn shit around, and that they are not racist. She also thinks, I'm going to use she pronouns because she clarified that her pronouns are she, her. This is after, and I saw it with my own eyes. I'm not going to dig through the screenshots, but I saw this with my own eyes. She said to Portia Noir that her pronouns were he, him, so that she could escape accountability for the fact that she was getting called out for her racism. And she thinks that because she has a black partner, she is in a position to speak for black people and for leftists. And she is doing it by very subtly making sure that her black girlfriend is constantly sitting next to her as she suborns outright fucking racism. And I'm over it. So I'm gonna keep from my tiny little corner of the internet being right, and hopefully one day I have the reach that people will see my videos and understand that I'm not just saying this shit because I'm a hater. I'm saying this shit because I have really good pattern recognition, and I've seen a lot of bullshit like Mercedes Chandler before. Anyway, this was very long. Thanks for watching, and like and follow more black creators.
This is all I got from this video, and this is what black people see on daily basis. I mean, now let me tell us something for those that do not understand. That Mercedes of a lady, it's the person, I brought a video here some days ago. that she is trying to tell Black people how to react, how to act, how to be Black, when to speak, when not to speak. Why? Because she is dating a Black woman. I am going to say this. She said that people will think that she is still on the other side. You are still a MAGA. Now, I am going to make this clear that she's a MAGA and a racist too. That you voted Mr. Orange does not mean that you are not a racist. I don't know if this is clear to some people. You all need to get this, get your whatever you need to get together and get this right up straight in your skull. That you did not vote for this man doesn't mean that you are not a racist, because you are telling us that you are one from the things you said. Majority of you do not understand that when you are speaking, you most times contradict yourself. That is number one, how to find them, how to know them. Listen carefully. They will dabble. And she did. When did you defect? This thing was before the election. She has always been a conservative. And then she switched to vote for and started speaking on Black people. I don't know when she started dating that woman she's dating at this point in time, but that is by the side. Started talking about Black people this, Black people that, which I did not have any problem with. But all these things, and the truth is that people have actually been saying that she's of no good, that she may end up going back. And from what I am seeing, I don't think she even she is still warm from everything she has said so far. And I am going to say this, Black people, I am no longer platforming anybody. Like, the best I can do is bring your video, talk about it, but to show you support, or maybe because you speak good about Black people and all that, and I will be on your video all the time. No, my people first. I'll bring my people's video, right? This woman is up no good. And the fact that they use Black people too to cover up whatever they want to do. Like, tell me how she's dating a Black woman and got all the nerves to come out to say all this. And did you see the man she brought up, the man that she platformed under her TikTok live, the one that made racist jokes? You saw it, right? And you people are trying to tell me that she's no longer a racist, or she's no longer in support of MAGA or whatever. I feel like she actually voted for Kamala Harris because of gay rights, because she knew how. I'm sorry if you are gay. I do not have any problem with you, but I am tackling these messages. Yes, that is the person I'm talking about at this point in time. I am sure she voted because she probably feel like, Donald Trump is going to take my rights away and all that. Let me vote for this one. Maybe let me vote for this one. Maybe she will spare our lives. And now it looks like she is on her way going back. You do not have any right to tell Black people what to say, when to speak, how to speak. You don't have any right. You do go and call your community. She looks Mexican or Latino and white. I don't know, but wherever she is coming from. I am making this clear to every one of you. You all do not have any right to call Black people out, to tell Black people what to do. Even me, as an African woman, will never come out to tell them what to do, how to do it, how to act, and how to react. Are you okay? Are you okay? It is only when it comes to Black people that there is no anti-Black view. Because if they are catching all these people one after the other to explain some of the things they say about Black people, there will be very few of them coming out to tell you who to vote for or tell you what to speak on. Did you hear that at this point in time, she's expected you to might have been talking about the children that had cancer that they are deporting? Like, what is Black people's business with that? Did Black people do anything? Are Black people the ones deporting them? Or don't you know majority of the eyes are white people? How many times have you seen people that look like me arresting people? Let's even start with that. How many percent are my people? You are not calling people that look like you or to go and speak or to march. If you have to march, you are calling us to speak up. Like, Black people are your journalists or your speakers, house speakers and all that. Go and call your senators, call your House of Representatives. Let them speak out. But my people, leave them alone. They are not your problem. You know where your problem is coming from. Go and hold those people responsible. Man, it's getting out of hand, And you see, I keep saying this. I've been saying this thing all the time. You see anything I like? If you speak good on Black people, I may say it. Yes, but I am not going to support you and I am not going to follow you. I don't follow them because they are bad business. I am going to draw the curtain here. Bye for now.